Hello. Hi, I'm Diptrup Chakraborty. So today I have an interesting panel and a topic is about internship, especially summer internship that B school students have to go through, right? So I myself have been a B school student and I have myself gone through internship, but I'm not taking it as seriously as these people have taken so far. So the idea is to know from them how they have uh, uh, taken the internship, what was their objectives, what did they look forward, did they meet those expectations, and so on and so forth. So I'll first ask these five bright students to introduce themselves. I'll start with alphabetical order so that nobody's offended. So Aman, why don't you go first?
Hello everyone, my name is Aman Agarwal and I'm pursuing my MBA in marketing from SIBM Pune. And this summer I interned with Godrej Properties Limited.
Ajinkya.
Hello everyone, my name is Ajinkya Ambatkar. I'm a student of MBA 1 HR with SIBM Pune, and I interned with Aviva India with their people function.
Then comes Shivani, all of us.
Hello everyone, this is Shivani Kumbhare. I am a student of SIBM Pune and pursuing MBA in marketing, and I interned with PepsiCo this summer.
Saksham, sorry I missed you.
No worries. Good evening, everyone. My name is Saksham Garg. I am currently a sales and marketing student at SIBM Pune, and I interned in the same domain at Asian Paints Limited this summer.
And finally, Sneha.
Hello everyone, my name is Sneha Das. I am pursuing MBA in marketing from SIBM Pune, and this summer I interned with Wipro Limited.
Okay, so first question first. Why? What do you think? What do you think, guys? Think is the objective of internship, summer internship, the 2.5 months that you spend at institutes? But to be very honest, I feel that sometimes we abuse interns, making them do the work that nobody wants to do in organizations. So what is you think? What do you think are the objectives of internship? Anybody wants to go first?
Sure, if I may go first.
Sure.
I believe the first and foremost objective of any internship and how it's different from any other job we might have in the previous time is an internship is more closely related to managing all the aspects of work, not just your particular function, but also coordinating with other departments, having the organization objectives in mind, and making sure whatever you are doing, it's in line with other teams as well. So it's not just if you are an intern in the sales and marketing department, you just do your project and you move ahead. You have to take into consideration other departments which might be involved with your decision making. And this is something which I feel internship is a very, very good platform to learn compared to other job experiences that we might have had.
Anybody else wants to go?
I completely agree with Saksham. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure.
I completely agree with Saksham over here because yes, it is never the fact that you are to work in that particular stream that you applied for or you are an intern for. It is always about interdepartment connections and how you actually make the best out of it. And it is more or less about the fact that how you get the hands-on experience of all the theories that you may have or not have learned till date in your MBA or in due course of your life, I would say, be it college, school, whatever. So it is actually that part of your life where you get the hands-on experience and understand how the works are actually done in the corporate or in that particular company.
I completely agree with. Sneha, please go.
By the way, this is not a group discussion, so you don't have to. You'll all get a chance. Don't worry.
So adding on to Shivani's and Saksham's point, I believe that internship is more like a trial run. The main objective for an internship is to give you and expose you to the particular job or the industry sector. So what internship does, it actually bursts the myths that you might have in your mind for a corporate life and all. And it also gives you an opportunity to have a glimpse of the actual scenario, actual corporate life, the culture of the company, and whether you are the skills and the trainings that the job might require, and whether you are a perfect fit for the company. So it actually gives an overview to the interns, so whether they are a complete fit for the company or for the organization and overall for the job or not. So this is the main objective according to me, I feel.
Ajinkya?
So I feel if you look at the concept of purpose of an internship, it varies from both the parties. So from a student's perspective, I feel the MBA course and an internship acts like knowledge and education. So education is basically application of knowledge. So whatever we are learning, say in the first year of understanding and trying to gauge where we are, internship pretty much gives you a reality check with respect to what happens in the companies. So when I talk from a company's perspective, I feel it's an extra hand plus a very fresh perspective. So a particular individual, so a company with its employees working in the same domain with the same set of people for a prolonged time, eventually sometimes does not provide multiple perspectives. New students bring in fresh perspectives, and the kind of motivation which a bird's eye view can actually help them relate their work to what's happening around.
Aman.
Yeah, so adding to what Saksham and Shivani had mentioned previously, that internship is all about, how do we manage the interdepartments within an organization. So when I was about to start my internship, my perspective towards my project was that I'll be working within the particular department. So I was working with the sales strategy team. But when I started, I realized that I'll have to interact with the IT team. I'll have to interact with the HR. I will have to interact with the core sales team as well. So that is one particular aspect of internship that teaches you. So another important aspect where internship teaches us is stakeholder management. So within my department also, it was essential for me to get times, to interact with my mentor, my buddy, to interact with the chief marketing officer. So that can only happen when you have that particular soft skills with you. And another, that's what I feel, that internship, apart from interdepartment communication, also helps you how to build your soft skills to interact with your internal stakeholders.
So let me dramatize a bit. Let me kick some. Okay, so let me ask some controversial questions. Okay, because right now you've said what we normally say, right? So do you think the organizations get any advantage of taking interns? Or is it a way, and let me exemplify, is it a way to see what happens is not nowadays a lot of things happening, and it's happening at SIBM also, that people take interns, they observe them for 2.5 months, maybe 3 months, much longer period than 1 hour, 2 hour interview, even if you give assignments and all that stuff. So then they rolled out the PPOs, PPIs and PPOs and all this stuff. So almost 50% of the student population gets placed at the place with their intern, right? So in a way, it becomes a screening exercise, right? And second thing, again, you might agree with me, is that sometimes organizations take people to do the jobs or activities which perhaps they don't have people for, or they don't want to do. Let me give an example. I heard someone, I kind of advised few startups, and one startup was, they're into transportation management and all, software. So their customers are very large organization, Levers and PNGs and all this stuff are their customers. So they are saying that the research nowadays is being done by people from IIMs. They are hired by Coca-Colas of the world and the Nestle's of the world, and they are told to find out which software should they adopt for freight sourcing. Freight sourcing is a concept, right? Now that is not something you would ideally give to a business school grad who is perhaps next year going to be some hotshot CEO 5 years down the line. Okay. So do you think that happens, or do you think it is fair to say it is not happening, or you don't think that is happening? You can be a little bit more candid if you want to. Do you think organizations misuse the internship?
Right. So again, for this, I would like to speak from some experience actually. So when we talk about almost 7-8 years back in when school was ending or college was starting. So there when I had my first internship, my outlook was mostly centered towards building a profile and mostly for a certificate. Like honestly, that time I wasn't too sure about what will be the outcomes of the internship, and that reflected in the work. Now, but when we talk about a B school internship, wherein there are, of course, a lot of things that are given to the interns, I feel it's more about the exposure that they're giving than of misusing it. Because any task that is given, any project, any kind of possible interconnection or whatever is done, that actually leads to some kind of learning. So even if 5, 10, 15 years down the line, you rise up through the ranks and you take up leadership roles, the learnings that you have here, they form a very solid base. So I wouldn't say they are being misused or something, because that exposure is necessary. And the higher you rise in the corporate world, that exposure, it keeps becoming less, this ground level exposure. So that's my perspective on it. Others can add as to what they feel about it.
Yeah, anybody else?
Yeah, adding to Saksham's point, I would like to say, like, giving an example from my internship. So I believe that definitely, as Saksham said, that internship is more about giving exposure to the interns rather than misusing. So even like, for example, basic presentation skills are something that is actually everybody kind of, if you ask someone to make a presentation or a PPT, any B school student can actually do it. But when it comes to the formal presentation, when you are giving presentation to the CMO, to the CHRO of a team, it has to be made in a particular layout. And that's something, the basic hygiene factors which are being, which are not actually explicitly mentioned in, in our day-to-day life. But I think from my internship that I've learned are the basic hygiene factors of how to present a PPT, because presentation is something that actually you need to carry on for the rest of your life. Even if you are a CMO or a CHRO, you do have to interact with people by, telling the least, by showing the least in words. So I believe that these are the basic things that actually internship also teaches you, apart from the sector or the project you might be working upon.
You know, it
Anybody
is
else?
actually true, because PowerPoint or Excel for that matter, it is not any mechanical skill that you build upon, right? Earlier, I used to feel that I'm really good at PowerPoint, I'm really good at presentations and all that stuff. But then when I got here, when I was working with them, and when I made my first PPT before my mid review, it was actually changed throughout. Okay, like 360 degree, it was changed. Why? Because the way it
No,
was supposed to.
let me interrupt and ask a question. Was it
Yeah.
change in terms of design or was it change in terms of content?
A lot of things, I would say both the things. Design was not really a big part of it, because people over there don't really care about how beautiful it is looking, but they do care about the fact that how my presentation is talking to them, right? Even if I'm not there, even when I'm not there, even if I'm just sending the PPT, it is telling everything that I want to say. Like, it doesn't need my words or my mouth to talk. So that is what it is supposed to be about, like, right? So it was actually changed completely, which was, I guess, one of the best takeaways from my internship, because now I understood that how to make PPT. And presentations are more about how
So give me one tip how to make a PPT, good PPT.
So it is also about how the person, like what kind of a person is standing in front of you. Like, for example, like I made my PPT very creatively, and a lot of colors and all that stuff. And I don't really do a lot of numbers. That was not my forte. But then now I understand that no, it is more important, because that talks more than the colors and the beautification that I used to think about. Then again, it is very it is not really about the fact that how I make it. It is more about the fact that how the person wants to say it. So you need to know that as well. So that is one skill that I got. And second, I do agree with the fact that people do misuse interns. But then again, as Saksham mentioned, that now the culture or the upbringing of all our students as MBA students, I would say, it is like that it is very important for us to be there in the internship, rather than just getting it for a certificate, or making it a pointer in your CV. It is not that. It is a lot more than that, because it is about our future. It is for the organization as well, because they are also looking forward for you to become their future employee. And then of course, now that they have put a lot of efforts in recruiting you for the internship, and if they like you and they keep you for the future, it is helpful to them as well, because they know you and you know them. So yeah, it is both the ways, but for us it worked out well. It was more for our understanding, it was more for our skills, and what we took away from that. So
So
yeah.
anybody feels that organizations of the remaining feel that organization perhaps do a little bit injustice for internship? Aman and Ajinkya, you both, anybody?
I have slightly a different perspective with respect to everybody here. I feel at times, I mean, having conversations with multiple students in my own batch, organizations at times are not very clear what they expect of students. And the whole concept of expectation basically gives that uh, uh, view to the students in general, that they are being misused. But if you're working, so suppose you're working in one particular team, there are multiple aspects to that particular project. And getting an experience of all those aspects is very important. So when a particular project is basically assigned to an intern, if there's a very clear understanding and an expectation setting from both the parties, I think they won't feel misused. Going back to something that Aman, Saksham, and I think Shivani mentioned, that it's more about an inter-departmental collaboration. So, if it feels like a very difficult task, it's basically requiring you to ask for help, than just being there and cribbing about your project, saying, I think this is not possible. And reflecting on my own internship, I had to talk to pan India employees with respect to the company culture in general, and it felt in the beginning, it felt that I'm just toiling and just calling people and trying to get to know, which basically anybody else might have done. But after a point of time, I started realizing that it was very necessary for me to actually have on ground feedback. So the expectation setting in the beginning was not there, which basically came to me towards say the 50% end of an internship. So that would be my take with respect to this.
Okay. Anybody else wants to go have a stab at it? Anything?
Yes. So, Dipto, what I feel is, so when I started my internship, I always looked at as give and take relationship between me and the organization. So yes, so I mean, and during my internship, I never felt that pressure that I have to do this particular task or this particular project completely. But I was always given the push by the organization that if I do it, it is really going to be great for the organization and for me as well. And as Saksham rightly mentioned, that our our objective of previous internships before starting our MBA was just a CV pointer or maybe improving our profile. But when it comes to this internship, which we do during our summers or maybe winters, so what happens here is that for me at least, I wanted to prove myself a point that 1 year down the line, when I enter a corporate life, I am sure that I'll be able to pull a particular project which I'm given. And that was the main driving force. It was not the pressure from the organization that I have to do a particular project or a task.
So here's my question. See, you said enter into corporate life. So you have all worked before, right? And I've seen your profile. All of you have worked before, and not mostly a lot of people move from a kind of a software development kind of a project experience and move into B schools and all the stuff, coding as they call it, right? And I think Saksham was in business development. So didn't that give you an idea about what corporate world is, or how was it different? How was the internship any different? Apart from obviously working with say in a particular department which you wanted to specialize in.
So
I mean, you have
just
some of you have worked with really large organizations. I think at Infosys, someone is there.
Yes.
So how is it any different?
Sir, I think the one of the major differences that I noticed was, so while even working at Zycus, the day-to-day tasks that were there, so handling the business development department, maybe coordinating with marketing or sales, but having that vision actually of what the company business objectives demand you to do, and not only that, what you're doing, what impact is it making on the organization, and how you could improve that. So even just from 1 year of MBA, so what I learned in colleges from corporate competitions, which were a big help, and now this internship, wherein there were no limit to what tasks were there. So if, for example, right from my internship, I spoke to stakeholders right from senior level, right to dealers and contractors in across UP West. I even went to some on-sites, picked up the tools and tried them out myself. So there was no limit to what kind of tasks I was given, what I was doing, and how each of them were linking to what the end goal is. So sometimes that bigger picture that is there, which I particularly feel is something that I saw in this internship compared to my previous work experience, where it was more about doing your task, your job, your KRAs and KPAs. It was restricted to that. So that I feel is one of the biggest difference. And Ajinkya, sorry, you were also saying something. Please go ahead.
No, actually, I think you spoke what I wanted to speak. I completely resonate with what you're saying. So I was the one who's worked with Infosys, and when you're basically working in corporate, so basically multinational organizations, you are working in silos. You are very much dedicated to your task. You're responsible for your outcomes, and there are deadline pressures. Everything around feels the same. But working as a management intern, a summer intern with a company which expects you to have those managerial skills which they expect from somebody who might soon join them, it gives a different perspective, and it's a very holistic experience. You don't just look at your work, but the impact of your work on the company as well as the customers in general. So I feel it's more about responsibility. And as I mean, the way Spider-Man says, with more responsibility, the whole concept of
More power comes greater
Yeah.
responsibility.
yeah. So it's
Stan Lee
the whole
said.
concept of power. Again, it's very debatable, but I think you get an authority to voice your opinion, and your decision might actually impact to a larger extent as compared to what it did when you were doing your work with, talking about the work experience. So I think that's how I feel.
How, Shivani, how is it different from what you had before?
Yeah, actually, Saksham and Ajinkya are right. Like, even when I was working with my previous organization before MBA, it was always about targets and, numbers and achieving that goal. And by the end of month or year, sitting in that meeting and understanding what went wrong and everything, which is of course very important. But then it always puts you in that silos that you have to work within this thing. Like, you don't, neither do you get that time and space to think about something more than that. And then here I believe that internship becomes a very important part in your life before becoming a manager, because this is that part of your life where you are very open to think about anything and everything. And that is one thing that I always got from my mentor whenever I asked him that what do you want from me. Like, of course, being an intern, you expect them to tell you the expectations so that you perform in that particular set of roles, right? But then he always told me that we got you here, or we hired you as an intern only to know that what are your perspective, what are your ideas, in order to help us grow more. Like, if we tell you, you won't be able to perform that better, right? And no doubt it gave me a lot of frustration, it gave me a lot of pressure before coming up to my solutions, because I knew nothing, right? It was all open, that what to do. But then it was very important for me, and it was very helpful, because by the end of it, as I was coming closer to my final review, I was very clear. I was very to the point for what I wanted for the company, like what I wanted to suggest to the company. So yes, that's how it is different from your job. And
Are you saying that? Are you saying that in your previous organization before MBA, whatever you suggested, they never paid heed to it? They never
Sorry?
listened. Are you saying that before your MBA, the place that you work, I don't remember right now where you work, but before MBA, they did not pay attention to what you said. Your suggestions were not taken on board.
No, definitely not. In fact, my company did pay a lot of attention to what I said, and that's how I changed my role from sales to marketing. And thanks to the entire organization. But then here in internship, you are appointed or you are hired for that particular thing. You are open. And what my mentor told me was that you will never be, very biased towards your organization. Like, if I'm a PepsiCo employee, if I were a PepsiCo employee, I would have thought about the fact that, okay, I am the market leader and everything like that. But then since I am almost like an outsider or a consultant for the company, and I want, like, to give them a suggestion which is not only realistic as in I have compared them with others as well, all the competitors out there. This is just an example, right? So I have compared them with the others, like the entire all the competitors, be it small or big. Not only that, but also I have given them a perspective which is not biased toward the organization. Like, within that bubble, within that loop, it is not like that. It is very open. It is just, okay, this is something that came up to my mind, I researched about it, and I feel that this is legible, I gave it to them. So it was like that.
Sneha, anything? I think it's what you worked for, what you worked before was better in before MBA, or internship was better, experience wise.
For me, it was more of or less the same experience, to be honest, because for me, earlier I used to work in Ericsson, and this time I interned at Wipro Limited. So, and for both the cases, I was hired for a pre-sales domain. So more or less the work experience, the nature of work that I needed to perform was same, but there was a slight difference, as well mentioned by Shivani, that the work that you are actually hired for is in my previous organization, it was very well told to me that, okay, these are the deliverables you need to work upon. These are the solutions that you need to work upon. Yes, you have the freedom to ponder upon them, to suggest better solutions. Since I was actually interacting with the clients out there, the customers, it was a B2B organization. But yes, I had that freedom, but I would say it was a limited freedom, or there was a boundary set to the freedom. So I cannot go out and say anything, like I cannot suggest anything out of the box. Like there was a suggestion, okay, you are working on this deliverable, now suggest some things. But
yeah, I got that. So I just wanted to interrupt here. Sorry. I wanted to ask Aman, do you, and then this is what a very specific question to you. Would you go back after MBA to the organization that you came from?
So, I mean,
if they give you the money and all this stuff, of course, money is very
Absolutely.
important. Yeah.
so like Ajinkya.
No, yes or no answer. Give me a yes or no answer. And I'm asking you because you're ready for such a long time. So let me ask you this question. Would you go back to the organization that you came from? If they give you the
Definitely yes.
salary that
Definitely yes. And apart from the salary, if they're ready to give the kind of project which I really want, a project where I am responsible right from understanding the requirements to the implementation rather than just executing one particular task, then yeah, I would love to go back to my previous organization.
So how many of you would like to go back to your previous organization? You can be honest, it's okay. You have got more options out there.
I would love to.
Sneha?
Yeah, I would love to. Yeah.
So Shivani?
In fact, I would love to, because now I feel that I have a lot more to give to them.
Shaksham?
Dipto, I'd like to try a new organization.
Somebody was honest enough for that. Anyway, so tell me one thing about internship. When you do not have a full choice, right? Say for example, you might have appeared for Deloitte, right? And maybe you couldn't get through. I'm not saying that you didn't. I'm just assuming. Okay, maybe the company that you got through was not your first choice or whatever, right? And somebody else, which is your team internship, got through and all that stuff. Okay. So how much does it affect you in terms of your I know we are all told that, okay, some people don't get it. It is just that 5-10 minutes that matters, and that somebody like somebody else and all that stuff. So for example, if you have a dream internship, forget about a dream job to hoga 1 year later, or maybe in this case, 6 months later. How much does it affect you? If you say, if you want to get into McKinsey and they came to campus for internship and did not get through, how much does it affect your confidence, or does it at all?
I would like to attend that.
Yeah.
So as you mentioned that what if a dream company comes to your campus and you're not selected for that particular company? So if you would have asked me this question before my summer internship experience, I would have said that yes, I would have been very sad and it would have impacted me a lot. But after my summer internship experience, I really feel that yes, it would matter. But then anyways, what we just go by the name or the reputation of the company. But for example, I was expecting something different with my summer internship experience, but then I got really different experience. I'm really happy about it. So I feel that if any organization you get into, irrespective that it is your dream company or not, you anyways don't know what is there for you, right, when you join the organization. So yeah, that there might be a bit of sadness for initial, say half an hour, 1 hour maybe, but then when you realize that you really don't know what's there for you, I guess I'll be looking forward to that particular opportunity.
Anybody has a different point of view on that? Say for example, if you don't get your dream internship.
Yes, the whole idea or the whole definition of dream company, or dream organization, or be it sector, it changes upside down when you get into another organization. Like before PepsiCo, before this summer internship, I would say, I was number one. I had a lot of companies listed in my mind that I want to work with XYZs, but then number one, they didn't come to the campus, and even if they did, I didn't get selected for that. And that's how I was there at PepsiCo, and I was very happy, no doubt. Like the good sector, the good company, of course. And then it helps you to when you get into another company, and then it is not your dream company and you don't know anything about it, it helps you understand what you want and what you don't want for your life, number one. And number two, it completely changes the definition of dream company, because not only you are analyzing it by just seeing, by just the name of it, but you are being there and analyzing the culture and the people and everything about the company. And that's how you decide what kind of companies you want. So it does change. Yes, it will affect you before you get placed in any XYZ company. It will, and it might make you lose some confidence as well, because you were very confident, you were well prepared, and you didn't get it. But then I don't think so we should do it, because I did that. It went really bad for me. However, I ended up in PepsiCo, which was a good thing. But then for a couple of days, I was very sad about the fact that I didn't get it. But then it will always end up well for you by the end of your entire summer internship, I would say.
Anybody else?
Yeah.
A slightly different perspective here. So when you talk about not getting into the dream company, for me, I think since always it has been more about the dream job than the dream company. Because when you talk about a company, it's a really large organization. The kind of experience one person will have in the same company can vary a lot as to what someone else might have. So honestly, like I've always wanted to become a pilot. However, this is not the line I chose because
You still have age on your side, Saksham. You can still go for a private school.
I'll definitely keep that in mind. At least I'll fly a plane for once for sure. But yeah, so when we talk about dream job that is there, so it's more about where you have some learning opportunities, you have some kind of balance, and also it's something that you enjoy doing. So finding that combination for me is more important, irrespective of what exactly the company name is. So if you have a good team, good colleagues, good boss, your learning and like all these factors kind of fall into place. And then when you grow, you progress into the career, then you'll have more options to choose from. Right now, at least for me, as a on the starting of my career, it's more about learning as much as I can, so that I at least know which of these combination I'd like, and I'll try and seek that out in the corporate world.
Anybody else feels that they will get disappointed? Because my experience during my B school is that when people did not, there was somebody. My days obviously in SIBM, not so many marquee brands came, but Britannia was one of them. And there was this guy who was very clear that he would like to join Britannia, and he did not get through. But right now I think he is the president of Asian Paints, so he did well. But he started crying and all that stuff, literally weeping, because he couldn't get through in Britannia full time, not internship. Okay, internship we had to get on our own. Sebastian did not, SIBM did not help us so much those days. Very few, maybe out of 100 odd students, maybe 10 or 12 got through campus. Anybody else has this, that you get little disappointed or you break down? Anybody feels that way? I know it hurts, but yeah, Ajinkya.
Yeah. So as a matter of fact, not with respect to this internship, but while I was just out of college, my graduation, and I wanted to get into a specific company, I was verbatim heartbroken when I did not get into the company that I wanted to. But after after working in 2-3 companies, I started realizing the concept of dream job is slightly overrated. You never know. So suppose that I like a particular company X, and if I land up in X, but if I do not get the right kind of nurturing, the right kind of attention, the right kind of job that I want to do, I feel the whole dream is washed down towards the end of the year. So I feel dream company sounds slightly overrated, but eventually it's very much about what do you expect from a particular job, which is not predictable, because when a company comes to a hire, you do not know if the kind of work that you exactly want to do will be offered to you in a particular company. So you have to basically do the mix and match and permutation combination with respect to your skill set, your expectations, and what kind of a company is coming to take you up. So I was disappointed, but I
have a broad question. You don't have to say what, but how many of you know now at this point of time on 26th June 2021, 5:40? No, and be honest, yes or no answer. Know what you want to do with your career. How many of you know? Put your hands up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So only one person is honest enough to say that she just doesn't know. Okay, it's a little too early to know what you want to do, right? Anyway, good that you know, but just be a little flexible. Okay, so let me ask this question. 2 questions, which is more or less a yes or no answer. How important is having a good mentor in your internship? How important is it? Is it like a make or break to make a good experience of an internship?
Very, very important, because I feel so all of us have worked in worked before, but working in a managerial position is something.
Mentorship in an internship. So
Internship, yeah.
You know, you always have in job, you have a longer period and somebody.
Yes.
somebody
I'm coming
senior.
to that. So since we have an experience, we have worked in our silos and worked for our work, the work that was assigned to us. But if I say that I have to work as an intern at a managerial position, it's very important that you get the right direction. We all come from management schools where we have gone through multiple deadlines, a lot of pressure in general with respect to a lot of things that we do. So the energy factor is not less, but the right channel to that energy is very important, and that channel basically will decide the kind of experience you have to in those 2 or 3 months that you have. So I feel mentor is basically the one who will guide you through, and he should be somebody whom you can frequently get in touch with, can frequently ask questions, can frequently confide the mistakes that you're possibly doing, or things that you basically want the company to do for you. I think that's my take on it.
Yeah. How important is on a scale of 1 to 10, rest of you, how important is the mentorship? Shivani, first you go on a scale of 1 to 10.
It's 11.
Sneha,
Yeah, it's 10 on 10. It's very important.
Saksham,
10, sir.
Aman.
It's 10.
Okay, now the next question is a little controversial. If it was not a part of your curriculum, let's face it, summer internship is part of your curriculum, right? You don't pass if you don't do internship. Would you still go for a summer internship? Say, for example, instead of internship, you are asked to do help an NGO or do some COVID duty. Okay, would you still go for internship? What I'm saying is, if it was not part of your curriculum, would all 5 of you opt for a summer internship? It was an option given to you. You have worked before, right? So would you still go for internship? I know. Keep aside the fact that you can get a PPO and all that stuff, which happens, right? So those are the other incentives of an internship. If that was also not there, right? As if the organization says, you come, do your internship and go. You don't commit to anything more, right? Would you still, and it's not part of your curriculum, would you still go for it? Would you invest 2.5 months of your time?
Yes, Dipto, I believe I would, because in these 2.5 months, the kind of learnings that were there, which in compared to the previous year through education, through competitions, I believe it was very much comparable. So getting that exposure in a short, there was a very steep learning curve. In these 2.5 months or whatever were there were so many different aspects that I got to work on, understand, and then there was also a lot of self reflection, where I used to think, okay, maybe in the last competition that I had taken part, I could have done this better, or had a different approach, things like that. So these actually go a long way. And now I'm already yearning to actually apply these in the future for whatever opportunity I get, be it a competition, any other kind of company that I work with. Like, I actually want to apply and understand what difference it makes. So for me, the answer is a strict yes.
Anybody else would want to not take up an internship, or all of you would?
Dipto, I would definitely take up internship, and in fact, I would like to add what Saksham said. Learning is part of internship, and during our MBA curriculum and extra activities, we do get to interact with a lot of alums and senior leaders who are working with corporates. But the internship provides you that one opportunity where you can know your mentor, your buddy up close, and you understand how do they behave when they are in a tough situation, when they have to make a decision. And the same thing, if not the same thing, at least you can take the learnings from them, how to have a proper decision making skills. And another aspect, what I feel is that we have been learning a lot of theory during the first year of MBA, and we'll be doing so in the second year as well. Although we have a lot of case study competitions and everything, but internship provides us that particular platform where we can actually implement it and show results to the organization. Whereas in case study competition, we just have to provide a solution, but here we also show the results. And following the same path, even I'll be interning with Geo after my internship with GPL, because I understand how important.
What is GPL? Godrej Properties.
Godrej Properties Limited.
Okay.
Yeah. So I feel that it is really important.
GPL has a different connotation.
Yeah.
Sneha.
Yeah, I feel that obviously, yes, my answer is yes, that I would be definitely going for an internship, because giving an example from my internship is that in my earlier, I had a WorkX, and I had a WorkX in telecom sector. But this time I interned at a IT company, so which actually provides solution to different sectors. But to my surprise, I worked for the media and entertainment industry. So for just a small example, like though I had a work ex, I know how the corporate life works, and but it gave me an exposure to a new sector, entirely new sector, which I had very little knowledge about. So there's no end to the learnings. So definitely internship
Okay, so
has
let me twist this question. So all of you
Yeah.
want to do internship. What if it is not a corporate internship? Let me give example. My internship, to be on paper, was with Times Group. Okay, but I did not go. I just went there one day, the last day, to get my whatever. Okay, I interned with Prahlad Kakkar. I don't know how many of you know Prahlad Kakkar. Prahlad Kakkar is a very famous ad filmmaker. Most of the Pepsi commercials, by the way, are made by Prahlad Kakkar, Shivani. Okay, at least it was to. The Sachin Tendulkar and all the stuff commercials used to be made was made by Prahlad Kakkar. I think he has retired, so maybe the last 5-6 years he hasn't, but till he was working almost exclusively all Prahlad Kakkar. Okay, so I was as an intern, we were doing all sorts of ad jobs, and he was very foul mouthed, but it was fine. So Prahlad Kakkar, I'm telling you, after the internship was over, he said, "Tu kya वापस जाएगा MBA करने?" And he told in Hindi. I'll not use the expertise that he used during that. तो क्या वापस जाएगा MBA करने, तो वापस आ, मैं तेरे को नौकरी देता है, तू इधर तो हर एक टाइप का हीरोइन आता है, उसको लाइन मार, ओके, तो क्या कर रहा है, बहुत मत जा. He said, "Don't go, and in return, I will give you 50." He has a scuba diving institute in Lakshadweep, and he sent me there just to bribe me, entice me, and all the stuff. But middle class upbringing that we all had, and I went back and did my MBA and all the stuff. And the rest is history, or no history. So corporate internship versus non-corporate internship. So for example, if say Roger Federer Foundation, okay, gives you a chance to work in some kind of a school. He has a lot of schools, right? He has funded a lot of schools in Malawi, which is in Africa. Something which is non-corporate. How many would you take up? Something which is non-corporate. Show of hands. Instead of Asian Paints or Godrej or Wipro or PepsiCo, or I forget where Ajinkya did his internship. How many would opt for a non-corporate internship? None of you.
Yes, I would. Yes. Yeah.
Non-corporate, but say, okay, let me give an example. Okay, just to give you what is a non-corporate. Say BCCI, internship with BCCI, though it's a corporate organization, but still.
Yeah,
So
I
see,
knew that.
see, it becomes okay. Okay, let me give something which is not cricket related. Say internship with a member of parliament. By the way, they do take MBAs, by the way. IIM MBAs also they take. How many would opt for an internship with Narendra Modi's office?
I have actually applied for Lok Sabha internship, so I would say yes.
So you are not that big a risk taker, 1 or 2 only. Fine, good. Now let's make it a fun. Okay, we have just 11 more minutes. So there are 2 more questions I want to ask. How many of you watched this movie, Intern? The Intern? Not many, right? You haven't? Okay, I've given that in the question.
Long back.
Okay. So that quickly, I'll give the gist of it. There is this 70-year-old Roger De Niro, his wife has died. He's bored out of wits. He doesn't know what to do. And so he applies for internship with a e-commerce firm called About a Fit, whose CEO is a 28-year-old lady, and he's 70-year-old and all that. So he goes through it and all, right? So if you were, say, hiring interns, right? Would you go by the normal pattern that, okay, I need to hire somebody with a certain age, certain characteristics, certain kind of B school, yeah, all tick boxes, or would you feel out of place if one of the interns in PepsiCo, in Asian Paints, in Wipro was a 65-year-old guy or a lady who has interning with you? Would you feel out of place?
No, I don't think so.
Or do you think what I'm trying to say? Would you be comfortable with someone who is 65-year-old and intern, or would you?
Yeah. As long as I have confidence in that particular person that he'll contribute to the work that will be given to that person, I think that should not be a problem. Because overall, fresh perspectives matter a lot, and coming from somebody who's seen so many summers, I think I'm sure there'll be something on the plate that might help me take care of the particular project that is assigned. So I would want to take the risk.
And as long as that person is comfortable with the fact that after so many years of having work experience, he or she is ready to work as an intern, I won't have any problem, because even I myself have a friend whose dad is an army guy, and he's retiring now, and he's looking for such things only because he doesn't want to, sit idle and get bored. So he's like, when I have a lot of things to, give to any company, why shouldn't I? So if I have that kind of a person in front of me for my organization or startup, I would love to have someone like that.
And anybody else wants to go for it, or should I ask my last question? Okay, so I wanted to ask this question, and I want all of you to respond one by one. If you were to create an internship program in an organization of your choice, or whichever organization, say you can choose, you don't have to name the company, what would we change from what you went through, or what would you do differently?
So, if I may, so one thing that I would really like to change is the competitive environment. So I really feel that nowadays, when a company comes to a campus and takes a lot of interns, so no matter what, there's sort of a competition among all the interns, that who's going to get the PPO or PPI, right? And I feel that in because of that particular competitive environment, the sense of collaboration which should have been there does not exist, or it's still there but at a very minimum level. So that one.
You have no idea what you're going to go through during your full-time placements. Your best friends are going to be your worst enemies. Trust me, time is not that very far off. Oh, whatever you read and all the stuff, I can't show it to you. No, what to? No, all the stuff will happen. It's just a matter of 5-6 months. Wait. It's okay. It's competition builds character. Anybody else would like to do something different from what you went through?
So if I were there, so rather than keeping it that, open ended, I would provide, or I would help the person or all my interns with, some sense of direction. Like, if you keep them so open now, they won't be able to come up to something.
Give an example of some sense of direction. What do you mean by that?
As in, earlier in my internship, like first few weeks of my internship, and earlier, this happened before PepsiCo as well, this has happened to me before PepsiCo as well. So me being a very new person to that organization, I needed more, more directions, like what to do and how to what to do, not how to do, because that was my job to figure out, right? But in starting days, like I guess first 2-3 weeks, in fact, and in fact first entire month was like that only, where I was figuring it out. So if that was, that was given to me already, or that was like they helped me to understand things earlier, maybe I would have performed better. I don't know, because it didn't happen otherwise. Not that I didn't perform it, or not that they weren't happy or I wasn't happy. We both were, definitely. But then probably if I were given more things, I were made understand more about the organization, and how they want things to be done, so what kind of things they want me to do, so maybe it would have been more easier for me, or easier as in easier for me to come up to the solutions. So probably that is something that I would do for my interns.
Yeah.
For me, it's a very personal observation. So pardon me if that wasn't the case for all of you guys. So everyone, as I have already mentioned, that everyone has their own style of presenting and making PPTs. So there's at times there can be a gap in between the mentor and mentees about they might not be on the same page of how they want to present it, or what actually the layout should be, or what they expect. So sometimes this should be the mentors should actually could clearly communicate their expectations beforehand, so that even the interns could go through a smooth review process. So that's something which it's not a very big thing, but something that could actually add value if you state it beforehand. So that's a small observation from my side.
Actually, yes, the point was expectation setting should be there, like at the very start, rather than observing and then doing it, because it takes a lot of time. So yeah, again, it's personal. Yes,
So
definitely.
what would you, so the remaining two of you, what would you do differently if you were given a chance to hire interns? So what would you tell them? What would you do differently? So you are now in the position of hiring interns who will be mentored by you. What will you do? Anybody wants to go?
So,
Saksham.
Aditya, if I may, one thing that probably I try and implement during this interaction is if some kind of informal ice-breaking sessions could be there right in the start. So everyone, like, we know how busy corporate life is. At every increasing level, there are hundreds of more responsibilities that are there. So many a times that happens that someone is occupied somewhere or something. So that can actually impact this. But if in the start there's some kind of informal ice breaking where both the mentor and mentee are comfortable with each other, are on a resonating level, then the kind of work they can deliver in 2 months together, because it's also the mentor is also driving the project. He or she also has to report it. So that the kind of result that would be there at the end of 2 months, I believe will be far, far better if something can happen like this.
Anybody else?
No, just
How is it
answering the
different?
previous question you had asked, I feel with respect to internships, at times they're very solo projects where a particular intern is working with the buddy and the manager, and they're basically trying to deliver. Incorporating something that Saksham basically said, having an informal connection within the interns in general, and having a project which basically links all the projects. So you will basically get to know how the interns are working with each other, even though there's competition, which is an unsaid parameter there. But if projects are linked to each other, it's very easy to see how they work in such a dynamic environment, and it will be a very easier aspect for us to work on the hiring part later.
So last kind of question. See, your selection process, don't get me wrong, was through an interview, right? A video conference interview. Was
Yeah.
there an assignment and all that stuff? Was just an interview or assignment too?
It was a mix of
Was
a
it
lot of
an
things.
assignment or just?
Yeah, sometimes we were
So
supposed
would
to
you
give
change?
exams.
Would you change the selection process? Forget the internship. Overall, would you change the selection process the way it happens today? Interview, assignment, pressure tactics, and multiple rounds, or do you want to do? Would you do something different?
I would. I don't know what to what, but yes, I would definitely change a couple of steps in that the entire process. Like interview would be there for sure, but then couple of things I would like to change. Yes.
One small change probably
Anybody?
could be, so apart from the whole process, so I understand it depends on how many students or how many colleges a particular company has to go, but having those conditions met, some like most of the companies have also corporate competition. So similar, smaller live project opportunities, maybe some kind of submissions, smaller submissions could be there, so that at least some kind of work or more assessment about a candidate can be done. Basis on that, if they then followed by say shortlisting or interview, could lead to better highs, is what I feel.
And finally, how many of you would like to have the internship in office rather than the work from home scenario that you had this year?
For sure, office.
Office.
Yeah.
For sure.
But work from home, right? I'll after doing the internship, go back to work from home, isn't it?
I don't know if it's past 2 years of staying at home because of which I'm saying, but for now, I just want to be in office.
+1.
Even for work.
Okay.
Definitely. Even for
Okay.
Any other points that you want to make? Anything that you have thought you missed out? Anything else? We have 1 more minute. Anybody wants to go somewhere? Anyone wants to do something? Say something. Okay, then I will stop the recording. Just stay back. Thank you so much for your time, people, and it was really nice talking to you. Hopefully, you also had fun. And I'm stopping the recording now.